and welcome to the Authorpod podcast. I'm your host Revati, and today I have a lovely author, especially a beautiful mother, and a lot of talents that this woman is possessing. Let me begin with a short intro of hers. SriLakshmi Srinivasan. SriLakshmi Srinivasan is an emerging motivational speaker, author, personality development trainer, and storyteller with 5 plus years of experience. She is the founder of Give It a Thought LLC, a startup dedicated to train children in personality development through storytelling and creative writing. As a passionate philosopher, Sri Lakshmi shares her thoughts with children and adults through her signature socials, Give It a Thought, where she expresses ideas through blogs, and two-liner quotes. Having a keen interest on analyzing perspectives of life and being passionate about ancestry, egalitarian values, and ethics, Sri Lakshmi shares her respective insights via Facebook pages, surmise thoughts, and jots and forward back. These are her Facebook pages. As an author, she has penned 3 books under the Let's series, focusing on women empowerment, anger management, and wedlock relationships. She has also written short stories and Tamil poems. Currently, she is working on a novel and a short story and aims to write a dream book called Globalization Towards Peace, exploring diverse genres and perspective on personality development. It is really a beautiful profile that you've shared with us, Sri Lakshmi. Hello and welcome to the podcast. How are you today?
Thank you, Reti. That was wonderful intro, by the way. Thank you so much. And I'm very honored and I'm inspired by you actually, first of all. Thank
Thank
you
you so
so
much.
much for we have been having nice talks off the
Yes,
record, and that inspired me a lot. And of course, all the authors here from AuthorProd, I'm very, very happy to be here today. A very good evening to one and all.
beautiful, beautiful. So, Sri Lakshmi, let's begin with a small intro of yours from let's listen it in your words. How did it all begin?
Yeah, sure. First of all, I should thank my parents.
Hmm.
Uh, I mean, they have been the one who has. They have always been this environmental concerned parents. They've instilled me so much about nature, environment, and my mother is a very good creative storyteller.
Beautiful.
Actually,
Beautiful.
that's the reason I think that kind of genetics has been instilled inside me, which made me a storyteller, I would say. So I have always been having this passion for philosophy
Mhm.
and philosophical thought process and stuff, which made me write short stories in the beginning. As soon as I came to the USA,
Hmm.
along with several other women here, I was also jobless, staying home all alone, and all these led me towards my passion. And it all began there. I started writing, and I started people resonating towards my stories, and that which thought. Uh, that kind of thought process made me start doing uh, teaching, get me into the teaching business. So I started doing a volunteering kind of thing. I started teaching small kids, college going kids, and friendly counseling sessions. And I learned a lot. It was a give and take kind of a thing. I had to learn a lot, and I kind of explored so much in this journey, which led me write my first book, which received a very warm welcome, and that's how my journey began.
Hmm.
And after quite a time, I put myself into a lot of learning process. And then I did my personality development certifications, and I went through a course here, which is called Language and Digital Technology
Hmm.
Concentration,
Hmm.
Creative Writing. So that's how I learned so much. And then I started training kids here, which pushed me uh, to involve in creating my own business.
Okay.
And that's how I started my own startup called Give It a Thought LLC, which started from a very small Facebook page where I just was trying to record all my thought processes. And today it is a small startup here.
Beautiful.
So teaching kids for aged 4 to 18. And also I do that same friendly counseling
Hmm.
through the same platform. And
Okay.
also I host webinars, workshops, motivational sessions. Apart from this, I have the strong passion for seasoned ethics. I would say I have always termed the seasoned ethics because
Hmm.
and cultural values. We have been having so much of things to talk about culture, values that has passed from generations after generations,
Hmm.
but they have all been not uh, fine tuned or been refined.
Hmm.
Many of them we have not been knowing reasons for many of the things that we have been following.
Right.
So what I would say is I strongly believe in whatever which has scientific associations,
Hmm.
and whatever that we could actually take forward as a legacy towards the next generation. All that we could instill it in next generation is what I carry forward. I also put forth into my teachings, and that's how I evolve personality development out of children.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, the first thing that really caught my attention is when you described about your mother. So, that's what parenting is all about, right? So, your parents are your best teachers, they are the best role models. So, you told me that your mother is a creative storyteller, and that inspired you. So you have, even though you have your unique identity, but it is always somebody behind it. Talking about your mother, that was, I understand that how much, what, how important role she might have played for you to have brought something, that her thoughts and her teachings into a profession of yours. So you're carrying it forward,
Yes.
and that's a lovely thing that you're doing. And talking about, you told me that about this uh, seasoned ethics.
Yes.
I would love to learn more about it. Can you please elaborate? So how do you
Yeah.
bring that to your teachings, in your teachings? What exactly are we talking about here?
Yes. So I have always been having this core passion towards Indian culture,
Hmm.
ethics, and values, as I told you earlier. So when we talk about this, I mean, having brought up in an Indian mindset and culture, we know that there have always been a thin line between superstition beliefs and
Yes.
the original cultural values. So
True.
I would like to break the bar and would like to know what was the actual happening. I have always had this search, I had this quest towards what was the real formation behind whatever we are following today. So
True.
I tried of I mean the one thing that is missing here is the recordings or the proofs, or which
Yes.
is what we are seeing today with respect to Indian culture, especially. There is a thin line always in between superstitious belief and what actually was followed, there has been no recordings about what exactly was the process in the minds of those intellectual people who had formulated all these traditional values and beliefs and all the processes that we have been following. So I just wanted to do it, but in a very informal way. I tried to reach out to those people, I mean, back in villages, and whoever I could reach out, be it my relatives or friends or whoever it is. I mean, I tried to find out the original or the real reason behind whatever we have been following today. Uh, one very small example that I could give you here, how we have been led towards westernized world, is that, I mean, while we have all been starting our school, the one thing that comes to our mind is the rhymes Twinkle, Twinkle, Little
Yes.
Star.
Yes.
So if you notice that rhymes, one thing about the rhymes Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star that I've been telling about is that, so if you see that rhymes, I mean, it says Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, how I wonder what you are. So
Hmm.
the ages when they have been wondering about an object in the sky, about what it was, they were trying to still see and analyze what it has been, while we Indians had the names of all those stars and how it is associated with the planetary, how it works with the sun signs, and how it can have an impact on us. So all these things were already formulated. We didn't need any technology, we didn't need any kind of equipments at that time to evolve all these aspects. So that these kinds of small things had led me be passionate about all those ethics and values. So I kind of try, and I have this page forward back, especially to jot down all those meaningful values that we have been following in our culture.
Hmm.
And one instance that I would like to quote is that we have been having this horoscopic matching sessions when it comes to marriages in India. So we
Yes.
would do that.
Yeah.
So one thing that we would follow is that elderly sons and elderly daughters wouldn't get married
Yeah.
as per
Yeah.
the horoscope.
Hmm.
So the main reason is not because of any planetary impact or anything. So the firstborn daughter and the firstborn son will have this ego clash always, being the eldest one in the family and having taken the control in the family. That's
Yes.
the foremost reason. And that's the one that will bring impacts in the marriages, and not any other superstition belief in between, by the way. These kinds of small things is what I instill in children that I've been giving personality development training to. So
Beautiful.
all these things mixed along with whatever I had put up from the legacy till the technological date is what I combine, and I try to take up. I would not say I would take up only the positives or the good. I always take up a balanced approach. That's
Hmm.
what bring happiness. We need both, not
Yes.
just the hero. If the hero comes, sings or fights, we don't like it. A villain should be there, right?
Right. Always.
To make the movie interesting. So
Yes.
we always need those negatives to balance the positives, to come up with the positives. And we need those positives to override the negatives. This is what my personality development is all about.
Beautiful. So, as I understand that you're bringing in a customized personality development course here, just not like anybody else, like this is how you need to present yourself, this is how you need to behave or talk to people. There's a certain way that has been already uh, prepared by somebody else. So, I understand that you have made a customized personality development course of yours and instilling the culture here.
Thank you.
That's appreciable. Beautiful.
I was just jotting down all my thought processes on the Facebook page called Give It a Thought. That's how
Hmm.
I started it.
Hmm.
I saw a lot of warm welcome towards whatever I posted there, and there have always been a passion in me to write a book, a collective summary of whatever thoughts I have. That's how it all started. I wanted to put it all combined together and then post it. Then slowly started researching about book writing. I just tried to do some courses for that. And also, I learned a lot about book writing is not about an elaborate vision of putting yourself a lot of things into one combined package. It's not that. A book can even be of 5 pages, but it should invoke something in the reader's mind. That's what I thought, and that led me towards after I came here to US. The first thing I noticed was there was a lot of women who were helpless.
Hmm.
When not times have changed now. We have a lot of women who has so much to do. Even when they have a lot of career ambition, scope, and everything once they start from there. But right in the times when I was here, there was nothing to do. I was not even having internet. I was not having phone. All I had was my books with me,
Ah.
those I could read.
Hmm.
Yeah. So that made me write a book called Let's View the Bright Side. That was for women empowerment. That was my first book.
Hmm.
And the second book that I wrote was Let's Envisage Anger Management. It was an adverse angle to emotions. Anger management is not about controlling your anger or trying to, bring down your anger, ways to practice how to emote your anger, all that. You need that anger. All you
Yes.
need is to channelize your anger in a different way and emote yourself for the sake of you. And I would say there is two types of anger. One is self-regarding and one is selfless. Selfless is what is that
Right.
when you project
Yes. Huh.
with care and love. And
Yes.
self-regarding is that you are so concerned about yourself when you're so concerned. So this self-regarding is the one that you'll have to channelize, so
Hmm.
that in the process of the book starts from self-regarding and it slowly deviates you to make channelize yourself more towards the selfless anger. So that's
Yes.
what it talks about.
Hmm.
And my third book was the about the wedlock relationships. Again, I tried to talk a lot about marriage intricacies. So
Hmm.
not it is not just a bonding between the two. It's all about hormonal impacts. That's what
Oh.
it starts about. And you will have to speak a lot, not just from the perspective of a woman. It has always been in that
Right.
perspective all the time. So a woman is going through this much, that much. Not only that, a man also equally has uh, part in
Yes.
that.
Their own
So we'll
struggles.
have to, yes.
Hmm.
So I try to portray about all the small intricacies in the wedlock relationships and how to maintain your I would not say relationship, rather a friendship,
Hmm.
a bonding that starts with a friendship that would seamlessly end in a very good relationship. And I would not say marriages are always tailor made; they are custom made. So you will have to custom it according to your how do I put that? Uh, it's how you bring in your principles, philosophies, and everything and blend it together and form a new civilization. And
Mhm.
that's how civilization started in the society. And family being the smaller model of society, you started right from here.
Hmm.
So it reciprocates in the society. So that's
Beautiful.
what my other book is about. And then I've written short stories as well,
Hmm.
few of short stories and Tamil poems. This is what my writing journey have been. And recently, I've published a short Tamil story because I want to mention that because I'm by nature I'm a Hindi student. I'm
Okay.
not a Tamil person actually. I
Okay.
haven't never learned or written. I have got, but again, I would thank my mother because she was the one who instilled the values of the language, and that has led me publish my first book in Tamil. I recently last week published it.
Last week. Lovely. Congratulations.
It's called Mogamum Nanayamum.
Okay. Beautiful. So, what is it
Right.
about? A collection of short
So
stories. Huh.
the collection of short stories. There are different genres again, and from the philosophical aspects and perspectives,
Hmm.
uh, and it goes with fiction and non-fiction
Hmm.
combined.
Hmm.
So I again the same thing. I would repeat the same thing and again. It's like all about the cultural aspects, values, and whatever we have been carrying so far from the legacy is what I try to preach through my short stories again.
So, tell us about your training programs, Sri Lakshmi, that you're running.
Yeah, thanks for asking that. That's a personality development program. As I told you, it
Hmm.
for the children aged 4 to 18. For 4 to 6 age group, I do it via storytelling. I do have this weekly sessions for them, and I also teach them all about involving into upbringing their personality through without having to forget their roots.
Hmm.
That's the main thing that I always inculcate in everyone, be it whatever. Do not try to forget your roots and try to evolve all the goodness that you have in you from the genetics that you have been carrying, and try to understand the do's and don'ts from your genetics. That's the main thing that I would like to bring as a part of personality. And I also uh, implore more about or instill more about having to maintain self-care routine as part of personality program. In Tamil, we say "Aal Padi, Aadai Padi."
Adeka.
Yeah. So, whatever we are is not just we, it's our inner body. A sound mind and a sound body is what we have been practicing. So
Yes.
that's what that I feel somewhere have been deviated after quite a few technological changes and how the era have been evolved so far. So after 90s, especially, I would say. So the self-care is the main thing that I focus. For children, between 7 to 12, I do this with storytelling and creative writing. And for children aged 13 to 18, I do the same with using a methodology called flipped classroom technology methodology. So
Hmm.
this is how I give some readings. I write something about whatever I preach. I just have material for that. I share it with the teenagers. I ask them to read. I want them to write their thoughts about it. They come back with their own thought processes. They write about it. I try to help them with the creative writing, and also I help them with the thought process, because after 13 they don't sit and listen for classes. It is a kind of a discussion, a kind of
Yes.
a
Hmm.
methodology that I follow and adopt for those children. So this is how I do personality development program on a daily basis here,
Hmm. Hmm.
and I've taken it as a profession here. And also across USA and India, I've been hosting informational and motivational sessions on different topics. Like it also includes personality development, anger management, understanding parenting,
Hmm.
parent for all ages. And like as I told you, I also do sessions on Indian culture and scientific approaches. That's the top title.
Right.
And other things like understanding men in 40s, understanding women and her inner thoughts. These are the sessions that I've been doing so far.
Beautiful. With regards to writing, which is your favorite genre?
Yeah, I would always go with philosophy. And when branching out, I would go with fiction, especially because we have lots of freedom there. We can explore. Rather than fiction, I would say fantasy, because we have so much freedom to explore.
Yes.
So that's what is my favorite genre. And most of my short stories have been in the fantasy genre.
Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. So, what are your future plans with your writing journey?
Yeah, so I would like to go. I have lots of ideas about this personality development. That's what my dream book is called, Globalization Towards Peace. That's the thing that I've been doing for almost 10 years now.
Beautiful.
I've been sculpturing the book, I would say. I mean,
Hmm.
it's being inscribed page by page, word by word. Because whatever, when the mindset that I have started the book with
Hmm.
is not is not the same today.
Right. Yes.
Yes,
Hmm.
every day it changes, but the perspective changes. It's all about, the book is all about perspective, which
Hmm.
is an endless and a seamless journey, I would say.
Right.
So, yeah,
In fact, if you ask me, sorry to interrupt here, if you
no
ask me,
problem.
rather than quoting it as a change, you can say that the book is evolving with you.
Yes. Thank you so much for that word. Yeah. Yeah, it is also evolving with me, and I've been putting my heart and soul into it. And
Hmm.
that's the main thing. Other than that, I told you, I've just begun my Tamil story, writing process. So I'm not a Tamil person. I mean, in a way that I've been put into Hindi classes rather in my school journey. So I've not been explored with writing. So after several struggles of learning about this beautiful language, I've started writing on my own without invoking any aid from the www, I would say. Yeah,
Right.
and that's a very successful thing. Rather, all these accomplishments, I would actually say.
I totally understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, since you have just recently, only last week, you have released a book of yours. Tell us how your experience with publishers has been and who
Yeah,
have been your publishers.
that's a wonderful question again. I've got a lot to learn when it comes to publishing. I mean, right from designing a book cover to how to approach and how to take it towards marketing. And I'm not a marketing person.
Hmm.
I would say I'm writing a book so that it reaches a wider audience, and they take, even if one person takes something away from my book or from my writing, that would be a successful thing that I would consider. I'm not bothered on the monetary side. I mean, that's why I'm saying I'm not a marketing person, so I didn't get to learn so much in that perspective. But right from beginning, a book page design to how to, put up the pages, how to come up with chapters on all these things, I've learned when I was interacting with my publisher. And it's called Clever Fox
Hmm.
Publishing right now. Once it was Books Publishers.
Hmm.
That's how my journey began. And then slowly I started. I had quite a few challenges there. Like, as I told you, I was not expecting anything in return. All I wanted was to publish my book somewhere so it gets to reach a wider audience.
Okay.
So and I'm also not a full time, I don't hold a full time job here.
Right.
All that I've started my startup is very recently, right now.
Hmm.
So before that, I published my first book 7 years back.
Hmm.
So I didn't have any job at that time. So the monetary flow between me and my publisher was quite challenging. So I slowly moved to Amazon KDP.
Okay.
And then I just tried to explore few free platforms where I could, post my books and other writings, which will
Hmm.
be readily available for people to download and see and explore.
Hmm.
So that's what it has been. But it was a beautiful journey, learning so much from top to bottom. I have also changed my perspective towards writing after talking to publishers. That
Oh,
has also happened. Yeah.
and what has the feedback been?
Yeah, yes, it was good. I had a mixed reviews for my third book. It is my for my second book, Anger Management. My
Hmm.
first book received a very good receptions, it
About women
being
empowerment.
written for women empowerment. For the anger management, I have received mixed reviews. And people being, and there were people who couldn't actually accept my views, and it was so good to receive that kind of that what make you a person and brings you, I mean, evolves more personality out of you, understanding others, and that makes you empathize actually.
Hmm.
And that also have shaped me a good writer, which all have been reciprocated in my third book,
Hmm.
which actually received more of a reception than the other two books.
Okay, so the first two actually gave you a different perspective, and let you know that people have different thoughts as well. It is nice that you accepted what the people said, and you could inculcate the same in your third one.
Yes, of course,
Right.
yeah, that's how we evolve personalities, right? That's
Yes,
how we
yes,
develop our personality, not just being ourselves as personality. What we reflect in the society and how we stand in the society is what all about personality development is.
right.
So I think that reflected in my third book, and I think the audience could connect more with the third book in that way.
Yes, yes, yes. So, how important is it for anyone who wants to be an author to be trained
I think
in this? Is it really necessary that a person needs to be properly trained with the elements of book writing?
When it comes to, thank you for asking that question. When it comes to elements of book writing, it's not a structured, again, it's not a structured, formal way of portraying about book writing.
Hmm.
So everybody has an author inside, is what I would feel. I mean, it's just they
Okay.
don't portray that side of them. Rather, they give more importance to the other passion that they carry. But
Hmm.
everyone has a creative part, everyone has an author inside. So what needs to be brought out is how um, connected are they with this dream is what is important, and how practical are they in putting the words up. And I mean, let's say we take a movie, any movie that you take, for instance, if it portrays the reality, the audience gets so connected. And the same thing happens with the fantasy genre as well.
Yes.
These two are different worlds, but whatever is mixed up in between might get mixed reviews at times, because you see, you try to show some of the non-reality and then mix up it with reality, it doesn't gel well,
Yes.
right? Either you go into a complete non-real world or try to be in the real world. That you can be a binary person all the time. That's
Hmm.
how it works.
Right.
Yeah. And bringing a balanced approach in between these two is
Hmm.
necessary for an author, for to have this that seamless travel between this and that, and only an author can do that.
Correct. Correct. I get it now. Yeah.
So that I try to teach this through my elements of book writing. This is the core thing that I always instill in kids who wants to become an author. This is the main thing that
That's
I
true.
always tell them.
That's true. So, as they say, a human mind is like it's not steady. So,
Yes.
yeah, you might have a thought process of your own, and you might try to bring in the same in your book, but you cannot expect the readers also to follow your mindset. So,
Yes.
having being trained in an organized manner of storytelling is quite necessary if you want your readers to really gel with you and understand your thought process. Beautifully
Yes.
put.
Thank you so much.
Beautiful. So, yes, so I guess we have come to the end of the interview now. So, it was lovely talking to you, Sri Lakshmi. So, Arthropod wishes you all the very best with your writing journey. So, and also with your trainings, and all the very best again, Sri Lakshmi. Thank you very much for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Those were wonderful questions, and it was lovely meeting you and lovely talking to you and getting connected to you. And you've been inspiring me so much.
Thank you so much
And
again.
wishing it was all wonderful talking to you. Thank you for being so patient with all those technological glitches and stuff. Thank you so much. And I know you two have a lot of challenges quite there, and tackling with all that and putting up, it takes a lot when it comes to women. And I mean, it's so wonderful of you to do this, and I wish you all the best in all your endeavors as well. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for this interview. It was lovely meeting you once again.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Sri Lakshmi. It really means a lot.
Thank you.
Thanks
Thanks
again.
a lot.